today we've got a very special guest from the Melbourne AFLW side, Grace Beasley. Grace, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No, it's now a bit different. We don't normally do interviews outdoors, but it's a special one, so we will. Now, Grace, you've obviously been in basketball for a very long time and now made that jump to footy. What prompted that move when you were 17, I think it was, when you moved over to America for basketball? How did that opportunity come in? How hard was it to make a move from one country to another?
Yeah, it was a huge deal. I think going over to America and being a student athlete, it's a big commitment for sure. I've always had a love for footy since I was younger, but kind of there was no girls' league, so I had to end up focusing more on basketball, and that kind of led me to the States, which was an awesome opportunity. But yeah, now being back in Australia, I'm super excited to get into footy.
That's good. So obviously now joining the Demons, how did that opportunity come around? Obviously you were still doing basketball in university as well. Was it hard to make that decision, or was it quite clear that you wanted to move back here and play footy?
I think it was pretty clear. I was in the States for 6 years, a lot of adversity faced in my time as a student athlete. So I think emotionally, mentally and physically kind of needed a break from basketball. So ready for a fresh start and kind of get into it, and I'm really happy that Melbourne's kind of given me a shot.
So when they first contacted you, what was your first initial thoughts? So did you think, were you still juggling, or once that contact was there and they wanted you, it was like, no, that's it?
Yeah, me and Todd, the recruiting manager, have been speaking for quite a while, even before I went to college. So we've been in contact over the years, checking in and whatnot. And then about a year ago, I came and did about a 30-minute session with Mick and Todd, and yeah, it went really well.
That's good. Now, obviously, you were just telling me you came back from America only last week. Had one session so far, albeit a small one. How's it been getting back into a football side of things?
Yeah, it's been good. I think it's exciting. I only got in, a few handballing drills and whatnot. It was more to see the girls and say hello, show face. But yeah, it was definitely cool seeing some new drills, things like that. So I think when you do basketball every day, it gets quite repetitive. So it's kind of new for me to see all these different drills, and I'm excited to jump into it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but when you did play junior footy with Liv Vesely, obviously at the Saints, good to see how she's progressed into footy as well at the Saints. Yeah,
definitely. She's awesome. She's a good friend of mine still. So yeah, I'm excited to play against her, compete with her. But yeah, we grew up together playing footy with all the boys, so it was kind of me and her. We stuck together. So yeah, it'll be good to be out on the field with her again.
So obviously, what type of position do you feel you're expected to play in the midfield? Is that correct?
I believe so, midfield. I'm kind of a player that is open to anything, whatever the team needs, type of thing. But yeah, I think midfield's kind of what I played growing up. So we'll see.
Did you grow up supporting Melbourne? Who did you grow up supporting?
Supporting Geelong Cats. All kind of my mum's side would support Geelong Cats. So yeah.
It would be nothing better than to come up against your old side to a degree. And how would you think your mum would feel going against the team you support, or she supports now, not you, but the team you play for? Would it be hard, or would it be clear cut she'd pick Melbourne?
I hope it would be clear cut, but I'm sure either way is a win-win for her maybe. So we'll see. But yeah, I think she'll definitely have a jersey on or something like that supporting me.
Now, I've seen people these days, not too much, but a little bit, where they have half jerseys. Do you think your mum would be someone that would do the split?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. Maybe for the men, she'll go for Geelong, and the women, she'll go for Melbourne. So.
Yeah, that works well. Now, what would you say some of your biggest strengths as a footballer?
Biggest strengths, I would say competitiveness. Definitely a very competitive person. Hopefully we'll be able to kind of impact trainings, we call it practice in America, impact trainings and lift the intensity a little bit. I think growing up with a bit of natural football skill in me, I think will help a lot, but just kind of got to fine tune a lot of my skills. But definitely a competitive person since I was little. Yeah, love to get kind of down and dirty with footy and whatnot, so yeah, not scared of the ball.
How do you feel the girls will go this year? Obviously last year they made it to the prelim and fell very short. Camera person behind, I guess, for Melbourne, he wasn't too pleased with how it happened, but what goals do you have for yourself as well this year?
Yeah, I think there's a few new girls in the team alongside me, new faces, but I think it's exciting. I think it's a great club that I'm joining. I think I'll take this opportunity. I'm very grateful for it. So yeah, I don't think I could have asked for a better club, honestly, to begin with. And yeah, I think there's some great girls here, some great vets that have won the premiership, so they kind of know what it takes. So definitely high expectations for this group, and I definitely think there's a lot of talent.
So when you first came in for the short session and catch up last week, who's some of the girls you kind of started to get to know?
I kind of know Kate Hoare a little bit, which is nice. So yeah, kind of watching kind of the vets, Paxi, Lily, all of those. just trying to kind of learn from afar from them. But yeah, definitely a lot of the girls were very welcoming, came up, introduced themselves. So yeah, they were very sweet.
That's good. I know it's only been one session, it's probably a hard question to answer, but is there any particular place, even from afar maybe, that you kind of feel like they love the attention, they love the limelight in the camera? Do you feel like there's anyone you can pinpoint to that right now, or is it still too early?
I'm not too sure. I think I've followed the AFLW for a while now, and you see Lily Mithen's face quite a bit. So yeah, I would say she's probably one that doesn't shy away from it.
That's right. So you mentioned Kate Hall too before. Obviously she had a terrific year last year. Who do you feel the best player in the competition is? Obviously, as you said, you watch from afar as well. So who would you say that is? Because you really could raffle up between a bunch of names, a few of these girls, and a few from other clubs as well. Who would you have in that spot?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I think it was a bit hard in America to follow along, kind of over the years, especially with the time zone and kind of watching the games. So honestly, I don't know too many faces in the comp. I think it's kind of nice coming in with a fresh mind and everything on it. So I guess we'll kind of see. I'm kind of just starting off with a fresh mind and go into it and play day by day.
How did you feel you were at basketball? Obviously you mentioned wasn't much footy at the time, so that's why you put into the basketball path. How did you feel you were as a basketballer? And were you more of a defender, more of an attacking? What type of position did you play there as well?
Yeah, I was a point guard for basketball, shortest on the team. So yeah, definitely no post player or anything. But I would say my biggest role on the team was kind of being a leader, being a point guard, so kind of having a voice out there. But yeah, I would say my biggest strength for me is definitely facilitating. So that's something I love to do in basketball, kind of get teammates involved, and I think that's something I'm excited for about footy is you got to use your teammates. Kate Hall said it best to me over the weekend on a camping trip. She kind of said in basketball you can get a rebound and go down the other side of the court and score. So that just takes one player, whereas you can't do that in footy. So I'm excited to use the whole team, facilitate, and do whatever I can.
Outside of footy interests, obviously playing basketball obviously clearly was one. What are some of your other outside of footy interests that you like doing?
Growing up, I played a lot of sport. It was a lot of netball, soccer, tennis. So yeah, played sort of every sport. But being a student athlete over in the States, you didn't really have a lot of spare time for hobbies and whatnot. So I think it'll be nice to come here and have a bit more free time maybe. So yeah, try out some new hobbies.
If you're more so for your basketball teammates, obviously she only just said got into the D side of things. So if they were to describe you in a word or a sentence, what would they describe you as?
I would say a very outgoing and energetic person. I would say keeps things lighthearted.
Yeah, so you gotta love that. So I got a quiz for you. So yeah, as you said, you only had one or so matches with some of the teammates that you've had. So 3 questions. Let's see if we can get 3 out of 3. So the first one is pretty simple. Well, maybe. Name the 2 joint winners of Melbourne's AFLW Best and Fairest last year.
I'd say Kate Hall and Hanksy.
Yes, bullseye. Good, that's 1. Now, who was the equal leading goal kicker in the AFLW competition last year? They are Melbourne players.
Goal kicker.
I want to mention one of the names already.
Maybe Kate Hall.
Yes. Okay. That's 1. Other one doesn't ring a bell. Fun fact too, the other person actually does some work on this ground. Or you'll soon find that out if you don't.
Eden?
Yes.
Is it?
That, in Zanka,
I
that's
learned
it.
that over the weekend.
That was like a giveaway, anyway.
Cameraman Duxie. Right, and the last quiz question for you. Alright, so this person, I'm going to give you their initials, and you're going to try and guess what the initials are. Actually, no, it's not. I'm going to make it even better. Okay, so their name is related to a shell. In terms of the name Shell, you add a bit more to the name Shell.
Shelley Heath.
Bullseye. Perfect. See, you know your new teammates already.
Yeah, I was a little nervous for these questions, but I did alright.
Good. Now, I always got these hot topic food questions, Grace, and I always ask people, and so for fun facts, so only 5 people have said the illogical, the wrong answer for this first one. Only 11 people have got all 6 questions correct. I want to see how you go. So the first one is chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
Palmer.
Okay.
I would say palmy. I say palmy.
There we go.
I definitely say palmy, yeah.
That's good. Now, alright, so you've changed it. That's good. So I've converted. That's it. See, we didn't discuss. But Grace has changed. Good job. So that's 1 for 1. Alright, pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Favourite food?
Pasta.
Good, I like that. 2 for 3. Food you don't like?
Pickles.
Good, 3 for 4. Tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
Fridge.
Okay, no, either, whatever. The last food one, what was it? Yeah. Favourite takeaway place? Now, you've been in America, so you've seen all these kinds, Grace, of interesting food places. What would you say is your favourite?
My favourite from America, I'd have to say Cafe Rio. There's a Mexican place over there.
Nice. What's your go-to order there? Any particular type of food there?
Yeah, sweet pork quesadilla. That was my go-to.
Nice.
You have to check it out.
Might have to if I ever venture down that way. Right, so Grace, now I love asking these goal questions. Now you're obviously not new to footy, but had a fair while off. A long time between drinks, as they say, Grace. Now, now you are a midfield, but how confident are you in front of the goals in general? Are you confident? Are you not confident?
Yeah, I would say not too bad. Obviously having done it in a while under pressure situations, but yeah, I did a few practice shots over in the States while I had the footy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Mark or goal of the year, which one would you rather do and why?
Probably goal of the year, if that helps win, then yeah, scoring helps.
Absolutely, goals are certainly good. Now I'm going to set you a task here at the end. You're not going to have to do it because you've got something to do, but I'll do it for you. Now, if you were to best describe, it can be as unrealistic as you want here. If you were to pick the angle, the distance, the moment, the occasion, what distance shot would you love to get? Because whatever you pick right now is the one I'm going to do at the end.
Okay.
Don't make it hard.
I'm left-footed, so I'd probably say to make it somewhat tough, maybe 30 metres out.
On a flank or the pocket?
Maybe the flank.
All right.
Give it a go.
All right, we'll do that at the very end now. I'll remember that. It's not left-footed though.
You can go the right side.
Yeah. All right. So, Grace, what would you say some of your most prized possessions that you own?
Prized possession. A lot of it's probably I don't know, memories and things like that, photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely trophies growing up from sports and whatnot. Yeah.
Celebrity crush.
Oof, that's a tough one. There's a few. Channing Tatum was always one growing up, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of any. You put me on the spot.
Favorite music?
Favorite music? I love Brent, Drake. But yeah, R&B, bit of everything.
Fair enough. Now, quirks. Is there some quirks that some people would say that you have you wouldn't necessarily like admitting?
Not really. I'm ambidextrous, so I think that's a bit of a quirk. But yeah.
Now, what are some dream scenarios for yourself this year? Obviously, you mentioned the goals. If you could map out an ideal dream scenario for yourself, Grace, what would you like that to be?
I would say a healthy season, definitely. My last season with basketball, there was a few ups and downs with injuries, so kind of getting a healthy season all the way through would be very ideal. And yeah, competing, winning. Obviously, you want to win every game. So yeah, and I think the goal that everyone wants is the premiership. So it would be amazing to have my first year, but yeah, there's building blocks towards it. So you've got to stay with the process.
Absolutely. In your footy time, when you did play back in the junior side of things, did you have any individual awards or premierships or success in that time?
Yeah, I think it was second best and fairest to when I played with the boys.
Okay.
I was second best and fairest growing up on the team, which was nice, being the only girl and whatnot. So yeah, a few accolades. I might have to go in the books and look at it. But I know,
it too many?
Yeah, no. I know I did my 50 games with East Melbourne Knights and things like that. So yeah.
Now, all right, let's go. We're going to go over. We'll walk over here now. Tell us a bit about the shot race. So we're going on the pocket. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to put on the spot here, but we'll keep going. So funnily enough, I was having a kick before Grace and the cameraman arrived. So I don't know if I was doing any of these. I was just doing the good old pocket shot most of the time. So okay. Now, Grace, I don't know. I can't kick far at all. So 45 would generally be around the range. So I am going to try it. So it was on the flank, right? Yeah. So now, technically, Grace didn't specify if I could dribble it or not. So that's what I'll do. Let's go the dribble kick now. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hopefully we can make this a good end to the video. Otherwise it'll be a fail. Talking about fail.
That's a close one though.
do really appreciate you coming on. It's been a pleasure having you on, and appreciate you coming on. It's been really good, and good luck for the rest of the upcoming season at the D's, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Grace.